And boys, we are back here with another tip video. Today is all going to be centered around bunch strong. In the comments, got some things asking about bunch strong defense. So today we're going to be going over what I like to do versus bunch strong. Now today we are going to be using Jacksonville State, of course, because what I've been saying in previous videos is if we can stop like one of these great teams with Jacksonville State, you're going to be able to do it and cut, right? Now, I am in the 3-2-6 defensive playbook, but think of this, if you're not in 3-2-6, just think of it as the coverage shell that we're running and like the philosophy. So in 3-2-6, of course, first thing we're going to want to do is fix our package where we go 1, 2, 3, right stick to the left, get on the slot corner package. Also hit the right stick so you get your coach adjustments, auto flip off. I do like to have defensive motion response disabled and then conservative right here, aggressive right here. So you're good against the read option. And if you want to, you could just go conservative tackling as well. Those are my ideal coach adjustments right there. No zone drops or anything. But now today it's really going to be basically one defense that we just change ever so slightly. And it's going to be based on a cover 4 quarters. You can see have a lot of calls in cover 4 quarters, of course. Now on the offense side of the ball, I want you to have like an overview of what we're trying to stop in bunch strong too, right? So flood, duo, corner strike, dagger. I think these are the 4 big plays, right? And we can just come out first things first with the duo, because I know a lot of people when you see 3-2-6 like this, it looks like pretty easy to run the duo, right? And at times it can be. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I think one weakness of 3-2-6, one of the things that does suck about this defense, in my opinion, is the fact that it is pretty weak against the duo at times. Now, for me, I feel like when you're playing bunch strong, when you're playing some things like this, you're gonna have to live with giving up some things. And for me, kind of what like I embrace is really like eventually my user will make a play or my D-line will get a shed. And if we are trying to stop duo right here, I like to hover like right here on the tight end side, and then we try to like loop around right there. You can see the tight end kind of blocked this too, but our looper did make a play. Now, what a lot of people will do though, of course, is if we're running like this loop style of pressure, right? And we'll go over how like the defense and everything. We're just talking about duo first. They'll go ahead and run it like towards or like to replace the guy that is looping, right? They do that this time right here. Again, we're gonna try to swoop like to the inside, and yeah, like it is a little bit weak against the duo, I know. But yeah, again, right here, up and then down right there. Okay, did you see that time right there? And obviously we got juked out, but that's how I like to go about shooting the gap in duo, right? Basically on the tight end, probably at like, if you're looking for a marker, probably to be like right at like this defensive lineman's like a on his hip, kind of like this. Then again, boom, down, good, right? So we can shoot the duo out of this too, and you can stop that. Now, okay. Now we can talk about coverage and what we're setting up like blitz wise as well. Now, ideally in 3-2-6, this is what I like to do just as a base. So first thing we're gonna do is hit that Y button, and we're going to hit the right stick down. What that did is play hard flats. You are now shaded underneath in cover 4, right? The next thing I like to do is get on this person right here, okay? All you're gonna wanna do is, again, this is why we have auto flip off. You're going to basically move him where our linebacker is right now, right? And what you have right now is, this is the loop blitz, okay? 2 setups, 2 things to do so far. And then all I like to do on top of that is QB contain, okay? Sometimes I'll spread the D-line as well if we know they are passing. I think this is the ideal way to get pressure, okay? Where we're just trying to show the loop come in this time, and this time right here, boom, and there we go, right? Loop blitz comes in free, bang. So we're trying to put them basically on a timer with that as well, or make them have to block their running back, okay? 2 things they could do with that. Again, just base defense, this is what we're gonna set up. Now, if you're looking for coverage adjustments versus bunch strong, this is the main coverage I call versus bunch strong. Now, again, when you're thinking about coverage adjustments for bunch strong or like playing up against this defense, right? There's like 2 to 3 other things that I will do, and they're like such small adjustments, and it's just based on what they're calling. But if you can get decent at the switch stick, this defense right here will give everyone that runs bunch strong problems. And the first thing we're going to showcase real quick is flood, okay? So flood right here, whoops, wrong play. So flood. Some people will call this stock like this. There's like 2 ways people like to call this, and we can go about this the same way. And really what I like to do in this offense is, if you have your eyes on the tight end, a lot of times you can know what play they're calling, okay? And what we're going to do this time to guard flood, right? It's kind of similar to what I like to do in normal Y off close almost, right? But it's a little bit delayed, if that makes sense. So pretty much what I like to do is I like to go backwards with my, if we're hovering right here, right? Because we're also trying to shoot the run as well. I basically go backwards a little bit, watch what the tight end's on, and then we make our switch from there. So to try to demonstrate right here, boom, we see that deep corner, we pass that off, and then boom. See that right there? That's how I like to go about, again, defending the bunch strong flood play. Now, for instance, let's talk about this right here, because this is another way people like to set up flood. It's stemming down this guy and then streaking him. And now I don't believe it'll one play in this, but this is a potential one play touchdown in like ultimate team with all the plat takeoffs. Now, again, if we're doing the same thing again right here, we can go like boom. And how I like to go about defending this play is, again, so when we see him on that short corner route, I'll switch up here, and then we'll basically like try to pass that off as well. Basically get our safety in a position where if they do throw like an outside streak as well, right? This guy can still make a play. And maybe with Jacksonville State, this is still throwable. But in like the ultimate team setting, if you go ahead and pass this off, you'll be good to go. And there is, like I said, there's one more thing, and like tight end is open right now, but there's an adjustment I like to make if they're spamming this. But we're talking about base defense right now, okay? And base defense, I like cover 4 shaded down. And that was versus flood. Now let's move on to corner strike right here. Where I think the popular way to set up corner strike is just something like this right here. Pretty popular way to run corner strike. And again, so pretty much what we're going to have eyes on is the tight end, right? So if we have eyes on the tight end, okay, and we go ahead and snap this football right here, you can see he's on the post. And if you recognize the post, then you want to user that short corner, because really everywhere else does a really good job, right? Like I like the defense versus the tight end post. You're really gonna have to show me that you're willing to make this read. Again, we can hop in the instant replay right here. And again, like I like the way the 3-rec plays. And also if they try to throw it like right here, like basically timing throw, I'm confident that this safety can make a play, because you got to think the ball isn't going to instantly get there. And at first our user is there too. So this 3-rec, I love this 3-rec because it does such a good job versus like backside drags as well too. And yeah, like that a ton. And again, you're making them have to make a read, right? And at the end of the day too is, if you're given one route up in this play, pretty much what you can change is where you switch stick, right? That's all you really need to do. Now, a play that I think that sucks is dagger. A lot of people run it like this with a crosser to the point man. I think this is the most switch stickable play of all time. Like it is so like, I promise you, you like get a little decent to switch stick right here. This is you love going up against this play. I love playing dagger because it is just so easy to bait this crosser, because again, if we're going right here, we notice the tight end route, we can get onto this safety now and boom. And I promise you, it's like, okay, yeah, you know the play's coming, that's why you're switch sticking, but you can do this in game too. I promise you it's not that hard. Just have eyes on the tight end, and I feel like it basically tells you what play they're calling. Now, what I will say is there are some plays that we didn't go over, and there are some other mix-ins that people like to do. Other coverage shells that I do like versus some of the stuff that people like to do, okay? First off, it's the corner strike spam. It's like a play like this, okay? Specifically, if you notice they're running a lot of running back streaks like this right here, I like to go ahead and basically, I like to run cover 3 cloud as well. And now our adjustments are going to be, we're going to double tap Y, we're going to hit X right here, and we're going to hit the left stick up to put him in an outside third. We're going to double tap Y again, we're going to hit LB for our top safety. We're going to move him in an inside third, which is going to be left stick to the left. And then our other top safety right here, our B, we're going to outside third him, right stick to the left right here, okay? So this is what the coverage is looking like right now. And then on top of that, what we're going to change is we're going to double tap Y. We're going to hit A for our slot corner right here. We're going to point the left stick down for a vertical hook. And then we're going to double tap Y again. We're going to put B either in a hard flat or a cloud flat. This is going to depend on what play you're trying to stop. If we're trying to stop like the corner strike corner, then we play him in a cloud flat. If we think like potentially they can go ahead and go like this type of setup right here, then we are, of course, like no, what's called block running back. But this is when we go ahead and play the hard flat, right? So really is depending, of course, on what you think they're going to be in. And again, this isn't like a one play stops everything type of thing. You're going to have to adjust. You're going to have to get your switch stick on point too. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and go like this time right here. But like this type of play right here, I will say you can be aggressive with your user, or you don't necessarily have to be. And what I mean by that is, of course, let's put him in a cloud, because again, I want to show this play right here, like this type of play. And let me put RB on a deep crosser right here. So pretty much this play, if you see, okay, so for instance, let's call it, okay, you see tight end drag, then you can just user the crosser yourself, right? You don't really have to switch, because again, you want the vertical hook to go ahead and carry out that running back streak, and you're hoping your inside third can go ahead and get there by the time the running back is open. That's really the one like major coverage adjustment I like to do. Other than that, like if I don't think there's a running back streak or a zig route on the field, the other ways people can attack me, again, what we talked about, this flood play, right? Pretty much this flood play, if they are spamming this and I feel like I'm giving up easy yardage, instead of making like a crazy adjustment, all I'm going to do is double tap Y right here, hit B, and then left stick down for a cloud flat, right? So pretty much we're saying, okay, cloud flat, you're going to go ahead and guard the tight end. And what we're going to do is, right, say for instance, again, we see tight end on that stem down corner. We're going to take control of this safety and we're basically going to use our both streaks, right? To where we're in a position where we can play both, you know? So that's what I like to do there. And another annoying thing that I think a lot of people do in bunch strong, I feel like these are the people that are good at running bunch strong. I think a bad bunch strong, again, is going to struggle with cover 4 shaded down, especially if you can get some pressure. But a good bunch strong player, a lot of times they are good at attacking like the left side of the field right here, specifically when you play a hard flat, right? So for instance, we run like a speed out right here on offense. You can see that's pretty easy money, right? And again, how I like to go about stopping this, if I'm like, okay, I think they could be in a speed out, I like to go ahead and play a soft squat right here, okay? And then we can also vert hook this defender right here, or we can play him in a hard flat too, really up to you. But the reason why I like a soft squat right here, pretty much that's going to tell your corner to basically be in man coverage against him, right? So if we just run like, say, flood this time, right? Say we run flood, and what you're going to see that time is it obviously like he fried him. He definitely fried him, but he's essentially in like man to man right there, right? And if you have a better corner, I know we're using Jacksonville State, and if you have a better corner, he's going to be a little bit better. But let's go ahead and play the cloud flat this time, like this right here. Okay. And again, we'll go ahead and hike the ball. This time is it's first to speed out, and you're gonna see that time it actually does a pretty good job. Now, one thing that I think you do have to be a little bit worried of is, of course, if you do not have a good corner, which right here we do not, this dagger fade could become an issue for you, okay? This is where the dagger fade becomes an issue, because soft squat, like you see how it just got ran past right there, and that's going to be like the animation you get in like the ultimate team setting, especially when you have plat takeoff, right? So you pretty much, like I said, you're trying to like adjust to what they're doing as well, whether you think there could be a speed out or something. I like to play cloud flats on my outside guys on big downs versus bunch strong, specifically when I think I'm playing a good player or a good bunch strong, right? Because I don't want to give up a speed out, I don't want to give up the corner strike corner. And yeah, this is pretty much everything that I like to do against bunch strong. For the base though, just to go over everything one more time, for a base, I like cover 4 quarters shaded down, run the loop blitz like this, switch stick, like try to go over what I look for, like again, eyes on the tight end. We like to switch stick around, and basically that's the adjustment we make to this defense until they are cooking this, right? And then when they start to cook this, depending on what they do, we can run a cover 3 cloud type of defense like this right here. If we think there's a lot of zigs on that side of the field, if we think the running back streak is giving us a lot of issues, this is one thing we can do. And then finally, what we went over is big adjustments, big downs, or the people that are actually adjusting their bunch strong well. I like to play my outside corners sometimes in cloud flats as well, to take away again the corner strike corner, the speed out, or potential comeback on the left side of the field. So yeah, boys, hopefully you guys did enjoy it today, man. I feel like this wasn't insane adjustments, but again, I don't really make a lot of insane adjustments versus bunch strong. I just like to stick in the cover 4, show me you can beat it, because I'm very confident in the switch stick. And if you guys are not confident in the switch stick, you gotta learn it. You gotta learn it, because I think it's a lot easier to just base out of cover 4 and basically make a switch stick adjustment than it is to go ahead and make like crazy coverage adjustments in this game. So yeah, boys, hopefully you guys did enjoy today, man. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more college content just like this. Now, if you guys do want to go ahead, see me play live, make sure to check the links in the description. We have a main YouTube channel and also a Twitch as well. But if you guys do want another video to watch, check out this one right here.